Jude Novak is a fat, white, non-binary ambulatory power wheelchair user in their mid-20s. They wear a ball cap over short curly hair and have glasses and small tattoos across freckly skin. The film follows Jude at home and at events where they and most others wear COVID masks. Mixed in are videos from their social media at Free Palestine events, and on the account for Slice of Hope, showing food distribution and other mutual aid activities in Palestine. Jude's wheelchair seat is covered by a crocheted orange and gray granny square pattern. The body is decorated with stickers like Make Pride Accessible and Gay Driver. In their apartment is a small black cat, and the walls are filled with handmade posters. Until we are all free, none of us are free, and End the Occupation, Free Palestine. Text on screen.
Activism is the rent I pay for living on this planet. Alice Walker. While not all of us are on the front lines, supporting those who are is how we keep movements alive. Through radical action and community, the work of past activists, including those in the disabled community, have paved the way for the progress we see today.
Words fade. Black and white photos, disabled protesters supporting Section 504.
In this episode, we follow someone in our community whose work is about giving back and making an impact. This is Jude Novak's story.
Their diploma from the People's Popular University for Gaza.
My name is Jude Novak. I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from South Carolina, and I moved to Denver about a year ago.
Down a hallway in their power chair.
I was very young when I first became interested in activism and community work.
Painting of a black cat on the moon.
A lot of the art I create is surrounding disability activism and disability justice.
On their chair, build ramps, not bombs.
Sometimes I'll take my CT scans or MRIs, and I will use those to make art. As I got older, I started speaking in schools about mental health and doing education online regarding that. I was kind of aware of the situation in Palestine, but once I started to realize the extent of what was happening there, I did some light advocacy online. And then when the Solidarity encampment at the Aurora campus opened up, that was where I was arrested twice for 2 different sit-ins there. My second sit-in, I was the only one left, and there was 10 cops there. And I was standing on the inside, and on the outside, there was a bunch of people standing, looking through the glass door and window. And so they tried to figure out how to move me. I actually heard one of the police was watching a video about how wheelchairs work, because they couldn't figure out how to make my wheelchair work. Eventually, they fingerprinted me there, gave me my citation there. And then they were like, yeah, you got to go out the back door. And I was like, I'm not going out the back door.
They table at an outdoor market.
I'll go out the door where all my friends are. And they were like, oh, we can't let you out that way. And I was like, well, I'm not going out the back door. So they did eventually let me out that way. And the cops were trying to wave people back, and they wouldn't move back. But then I waved people back and they moved back. And that's something I think about a lot, as a wheelchair user. I think that the presence of disabled people at protests is really powerful, in my opinion, because it can empower other people to feel like they can be in those spaces too.
Demonstrators dance with small Palestinian flags.
I had a friend who did a Pride Against Genocide event, and that was really cool. And I was like, there should be something like this for Disability Pride. So I put Disability Pride Against Genocide together. We raised money for it and disabled individuals in Gaza. Pretty much from the ground up with no budget. It was really, really just an overwhelming amount of community support, which was really great. And that's kind of my first fundraising event.
The bustling fundraiser with info tables and items for sale.
Slice of Hope is a mutual aid org here in Denver. We have also people on the ground in Sudan, in Egypt, in Palestine, who are working with Palestinians and working with Sudanese people to get them their needs met under apartheid and genocide. So they do direct distributions of things like food, water, modesty clothing for the women who have lost those things through displacement. And we just did a milk and diapers campaign. We mainly focus on getting as much support to the people who need it as possible.
A watermelon patterned umbrella.
The Disability Pride Against Genocide event is definitely one of my proudest, if not my proudest moments. We raised a really good amount of money. It was really successful. I definitely feel like that's a big accomplishment for me.
Many the event where Kafia's now Bloom Jude rides in a car.
The work Bloom, also known as Jude, is doing alongside organizations like Slice of Hope is crucial to building and sustaining community care, creating spaces and opportunity for healing, support, and access, especially for those impacted by violence and injustice. Want to support Bloom and Slice of Hope? Head over to www.beamplus.org/learn more.
Credits: Bloom Jude's Story, BEAM+STORIES Season 2. Director Alex Guardia. Producer Bridget Heddens. Mentee Paige Nil Sestuin. Lead editor Robert Acuna. Additional editing support Alex Guardia. Camera work Alex Guardia and Paige Nil Sestuin. Appearance and voiceover Bloom Jude Novak. Intro and outro voiceover Alex Guardia. Audio description Social Audio Description Collective. Writer Cheryl Green. Blind script editor Robert Quiñet. Narrator Nefertiti Matos Olivares. Social media content from Bloom Jude Novak and Slice of Hope. Music Echoes of the Past by Kashido, Staring by Muted, and Ballerino by Yeheskel Ross. A BEAM+ production. Special thank you to Arts and Society.